Get the plastic out of the front of your thing. You just forget where you're at and pretend like it's real, and the other side is really trying to kill you. I know I don't have real bullets, but I'm loading and firing as fast as I can, and the adrenaline starts flowing, and you do start to feel like you're really there.
I don't know if you've ever been like in a church revival, and you're sitting there in the church pew, and all of a sudden you get this warm, tingly feeling, and it just hits you. You can feel your emotions physically. It gets like that. You have a point of realization, a moment where you just shudder. It's a rush, what a lot of people call a period rush.
The moment for us is when we realize this is what it was like. And this is the essence of hardcore reenacting. We just know we're doing it right.
My job is to try and create as much atmosphere as possible and provide the opportunities for the men to all have as many moments as possible. This is the national standard for the 48th New York. It's a reproduction. It's silk, it's about 6 foot by 6 foot, and it has our battle honors on it. This is an 1850 foot officer's sword. This one's etched, but the originals were actually engraved. These are privately purchased camp shoes, and they would be worn when the soldiers were off duty. This is a camp hat. These are a couple of spools of reproduction linen thread that was hand spun. This is a small roll-up toilet kit that would hold the soldier's toothbrush, inkwell, ink pen, pencils. And a lot of people say, well, why go to all that much trouble? Well, part of the reason is, why wear period underdrawers? Well, I wear them because I know they're there. It doesn't matter if the public doesn't see my underdrawers. I know I'm wearing them. And not a pair of boxers or BVDs or Fruit of the Looms. The soldiers during the Civil War period were typically shorter on average, and they appear to be much thinner than many of the reenactors are. That's also a goal of some of the more progressive or hardcore, is to lose weight to more emulate the actual Civil War soldiers. They didn't have Tupperware with easy pop-open tops. This is a recipe for pickling beef that we found in the American Frugal Housewife, published in 1833. It simply involves salt, molasses, and brown sugar.
Beautiful.
For me, being insane, I'm baking hardtack or I'm preparing rations of pickled beef. Why? So it can be consistently issued right out of the box, just how it was back then. It's not for me. Everyone benefits by it. And I take that as a responsibility of being in command. I lead kind of by just, running ahead of everyone and having everyone try to keep up with me. And that's kind of how I've cajoled members of my own unit into, or maybe browbeat them or embarrass them into helping me do these crazy projects, because it's almost out of pity that they go, well, we can't let Bob sit over there and roll 2,400 rounds all by himself, so we'll go over there and do it. But I'm kind of obsessed with making sure that all these details come together for an event, because I think it makes the event better.
When I ran away for the first time, when I was only 4 years old, I'm a freeborn man. My home is on my back. I know every inch of the highway, every foot of back road, every mile of railroad track.
Breakfast call.
5 bags of 2, 3, 4, 5. So some mainstreamers will go eat hardtack. Are you crazy? I'm not eating that crap. Or, you know, I'm not marching 6 miles. What, are you crazy? They're there to do the fun part of being a Civil War soldier, but they're not there to endure the hardships and the camaraderie and stuff like that. So, and that's what we try to recreate and experience for ourselves.
This is the elixir of life here. Get this coffee boiling, I put some cane sugar in there. As soon as she boils and starts going over the side, you got yourself some real Army of the Potomac coffee.
And that's what?
That's what he sells.
That's what he's got.
He's got all kinds like that. Some of the boys had never seen a woman in any sort of stage of undress before, and I told them about this store in Lake City. And one of the things you could buy there were various pictures of women in various stages of undress. It gets lonely. You miss female companionship. And, you know, so it just leads to basic human weakness. Case in point.
You ever seen the rust collect like that? Every morning when we get out down here.
I was born in 1839, 25 years old. Moving up on 26. Guess I've seen a lot for someone my age. You get all these pictures and these ideas about what things are like, but it's different. There's no glory, there's no heroic, romantic ideas. All that goes away after the first couple of months when you really get out into it. And I've seen every bit of the South now, just about. South Carolina through Georgia. Now I'm down here in Florida, and I've never seen anything like this. Never seen so many pine trees in all my life. It's wet constantly, it's dirty, and this isn't exactly my idea of what a battlefield should be, I'll tell you. I don't know about the enemy. I don't know when we'll meet them. From the way people are talking, any day we could be running into them. And it's terrifying to think about, honestly. Because you just don't know when it's going to happen. It just happens. We just know they're out there. And we may run into them today, we may run into them next week. We may never run into them, they may just run. We may just run, I don't know.
We've sent advanced guard skirmishers out in front of the column by about 100 to 300 yards out. If there's anything in front of us, they'll bump into them first. That gives us time to deploy a company or the whole battalion if we have room to maneuver.
Okay, the 54th Massachusetts is one of our first colored troops that we've raised. Our first colored troop was the 2nd South Carolina. The 54th Massachusetts just fought an action up at Battery Wagner in North Carolina and suffered horrendous casualties. Now they're down here fighting with us. Johnny's hating them with a passion. We're going to put them out in front. We're going to let them thump them good. They are itching for the fight.
I'm out for revenge for what they've done to my people. No man should live as a slave.
These people have been kept under wraps and treated ill and whipped and lashed since this country was founded. Now they've got a chance to fight for their freedom. By God, we're going to let them do it.
Let's go! Load, fellas. Every other man, stay loaded. Fire partners have to work together. Over there. Ready. Right through there, right through the tree. See him? See him? I can see him. I got it. Stand up.
Hey, stand up, you bastards! Fight like men!
No, let's get down for a shot.
Let him stay right there.
There's
Don't
one.
fire.
Hand signals. I see him.
How many men do you think we got over there? We got 5 or 6.
It's not the first one I've been in, but you know, you can't help but get a little scared. So you never know. You never know. I don't know what would be worse, getting killed outright or getting an arm or a leg shot off. I almost sometimes think that would be worse.
Sergeant! Script! Fire at him!
Damn! He jerked me ammunition! Get my boot off! Get my boot off! Get it off! Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, it's fine.
Just hold it for your
Is it gonna have to come off? Is it gonna have to come off?
It might. Can't say for sure. Depends on what you do.
Ah! God, that burns! God, that burns! Ah!
Oh, he's gonna be fine. He just got a little flesh wound on his leg. I think they'll just take him back to the infirmary corps and fix his leg up. That's all they'll do. They just put him back on the line.
What was the wound like?
It wasn't anything serious. Just it grazed his ankle. But he'll be back on the line in a week.